the Pirate Radio broadcast football. I'm Fast Talking Eddie Mr. Pete, bringing you the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans. Battle of the state of Texas. For the Cowboys, they are upgrading Joe Thomas, CD Lamb. Now, there have been some trades. For the Cowboys and the Texans. Let's take a look at if they're still there. Looking at the roster, there it is. One of those Madden 21 street players, the playground, I think that's what it's called, the playground. Well, the Warriors, Cuz, and Placebo are those street football players. They just were walk-ons for the Texans, and they traded them because they had to make cuts. And the Cowboys picked them up. Warriors, Cuz, and Placebo. I kid you not, people. I kid you not. Okay, and then there's another one. I believe he's on defense. I don't know if they still kept him or they let him go. I guess they let him go. Oh, there he is. Another street footballer picked up by the Texans, but the Texans had to make cuts, and so they traded for draft picks. Eddie Lizard. He's a strong safety. Eddie Lizard. There's talk that Clinton Dix might be traded off. So right now Clinton Dix is with the Cowboys, but there's rumors, scuttlebutt, Clinton Dix is going to have the last laugh on him. So just wanted to show you that. It's a battle of the state. So let's now head back to the Texans. Coach Tom Landry is back from the crypt.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
They actually have been winning some games. That's very interesting. Currently, and I know it's just preseason, currently, before the cuts, they were 3-0. They were 3 games in a row. H.T. Bum and Coach Landry. And that's before the cuts. So right now they got a perfect record. Also, the Buccaneers, the Patriots, Rams, Colts, Ravens, and the Giants have perfect records. The Cowboys, on the other hand, before the cuts, are 2-1. So we'll see whether or not the street ballers from the Texans, Cuz, Eddie Lizard, and Placebo will make a difference. They did for the Texans, but we'll see if it's a battle of the state for the state of Texas, bragging rights. They're trying to get Colt McCoy, but somebody would have to be traded to the Giants for Colt McCoy. Maybe Deshaun Watson, who's been benched. I hate to say it. I hate to prolong talk about this, but there are a lot of women suing Deshaun Watson for sexual assault and sexual misconduct. These are all female massage therapists and others. Deshaun Watson is even under investigation by the NFL. So he's being benched. That's why you haven't seen him in the preseason. Deshaun Watson is a young man in trouble. So H.T. Bum, Johnny Sex, another street footballer. In fact, it's H.T. Baum who found these street football players. He was playing that playground, Madden 21 play, or Yard. I think it's called the Yard. And H.T. Baum has signed up for the Yard, and he's got these street ballers. That's what they play, street football. Johnny Sex. Originally, Johnny Sex, many years ago, I think it was Madden 15, they were bringing some so-called Madden legends. Johnny Unitas, Roger Staubach. Well, as it turned out, a lot of these warriors were actually security guards and maintenance workers and concession stand workers. They were stadium workers freelancing stadium to stadium throughout the NFL. They had developed some sort of a system where they paid money for the stadium workers, behind the scenes workers, to call in sick, and then they would come in as the replacements, union replacements. And then they would suit up and pretend to be Johnny Unitas, Roger Staubach, Bubba Smith. They would pretend to be legends football players, and they would go in and play. And Johnny Sex was one of those who pretended to be Johnny Unitas. And so that's where Johnny Sex got his start. There's another one named Paranormal. He also will be playing football. He hasn't been signed yet. He's still medically being cleared. And you got AJ McCarron and a new, just got traded in, Ryan Finley. So probably in this game you'll be seeing AJ and Ryan Finley, and then you won't be seeing Deshaun Watson unless the Texans put him in there. But right now you're going to be seeing H.T. Baum. Then for the halfbacks, you got, they're back, the Baby Angels, the Stealth Warriors, Zeus, College Air Force, and a newcomer, Philip Lindsay and David Johnson. The fullbacks, you got Buddy Hall, who's a halfback, but they lost their fullback who went swimming and fishing in the Bermuda Triangle. He was looking for aliens. Area 51. The Bermuda Triangle, Area 51. And he hasn't been seen. He hasn't been seen since. The fullback. I forgot what his name was. If anybody remembers what the fullback for the Texans, he hasn't been seen since he went alien investigating, looking for the Bermuda Triangle version of Area 51. He's probably on some slab right now being experimented on. I'm kidding you not, people. He hasn't been seen since he went to the Bermuda Triangle. Then you got Baby Angels. Now that's interesting. The fullback is allegedly alien abduction, and you got these Baby Angels. Stealth Warriors. Jake. He didn't have to go too far, or maybe because of him, the Baby Angels got curious, and now they got signed to play football. Allegedly, Baby Angels, but they call themselves Stealth. A wink and a nod, if you know what I mean. Hush, hush. Nobody's talking about it. They just are there. And Charlene Pinky Goober, who is a schoolmate, a high school. She's been playing wide receiver since she was in this middle school. And then H.T. Baum and Sarah McKenzie were part of the junior high school football teams with Slam Dunk Gomez and so many others, the football players, campaigns to allow her to play on the boys football team. So she's been part of the Texans and the Dallas Cowboys, whenever H.T. Bum plays, Charlene Pinky Goober is not too far behind. She is the go-to receiver for H.T. Bum. Then you got Baby Angel Ishmi. His nickname is Ishmi. His name is Ishmael. Little Ishmi. College Air Force. Then you got the regular players, Brandon Cooks and Randall Cobb. Tight ends, Baby Angel Elvis Arminius and Eddie James were the first two back in 1973 on Pine Landings, Texas. They got their origins. They were the first two. Before that, it was the former head coach Armin, who hasn't been seen since. He's somewhere out there. He's probably running Area 55. And then there's Ryan Izzo, who's just got signed. And the cuts, the Texans cuts, they picked up Ryan Izzo. The tackles, this is another, the Madden 21 yard player, the Warriors, street footballers, Gummo Baldwin. And he wrote he's from Utah State, but he just wrote it down. He scribbled it. We don't know if he actually attended Utah State, unless he was the groundskeeper. But he's one of those pseudo players who worked in the stadium at Utah State and played in the NFL stadiums and pretended to be football players, Madden legends. Why they haven't been banned, who knows? Then there's the regular player, Brent Cuval. And then there's the Warriors, Harpo Baldwin. And he has listed his college, Stanford, but don't believe his bullshit. He was probably the groundskeeper. Then there was another Warriors, Chico Baldwin, College, North Carolina. Yeah, right. And then there's Greg Mance, the regular football player. Then you got the other Warriors, Groucho Baldwin, who puts his college as LSU. I think he actually was going to put LSD, but that would have been too obvious. Right tackle, Marcus Cannon, who's been picked up. And you got another street footballer, Zeppo Baldwin from Alabama State. Only because he likes the redneck girls from Alabama. And Roderick Johnson, the regular football player. Then the defense, Chucky. His nickname is the Puckster. Baby Angel Pucky. Sorry. From College Air Force. Baby Angel Stealth Warrior Chucky. You couldn't put Chucky and Stealth together. There wasn't enough space, so just put Chucky. But he's the Puckster. And then you got the right end, Stealth Warrior Thor. Air Force, College. Thor. Defensive tackle, Stealth, Baby Angel Edgar. College Air Force. And Ross Blacklock, PJ Hall, Brandon Dunn, the regular players. And then the Baby Angel Stealth, Eddie James, who got his start back in 1973 with Elvis Arminius. The first two Baby Angels. And then by June to December 1990, for the build-up in the Gulf War, you get more Baby Angels. And then after 2003, Randy and Vanessa, and Jake and Ishmi, and then Alex, who was in the later Afghanistan-Iraq wars. But you got Eddie James, and then you got the regular players, Brennan Scarlett, Jacob Martin. And then middle linebacker, Baby Angel Alex, Stealth Warrior, who was in the Iraq and Afghanistan battles a couple of years ago. And then you got Zach Cunningham, Christian Kirksey, who was picked up, and Dylan Cole. And the linebackers, you got Baby Angel Randy, who joined up the Baby Angels in 2003. And then you got Whitney Mercurius, Shaq Lawson, Duke Ejiofor. Then the cornerbacks, Baby Angel Benesia, who joined up the Baby Angels in 2003. College Air Force, along with Randy and Alex. And the regular players, Bradley Roby, Daron Conley, Vernon Hargroves, Lonnie Johnson, Philip Gaines. The safeties, Baby Angel Stealth, Ahmed Aki Breaky Heart. That's his nickname. Also College Air Force. And then regular player Eric Murray. And then the safety Stealth, Baby Angel Baraki, who joined up in 2008 and officially became part of the Baby Angels in 2009 and fought against Obamacare. He actually was there spiritually at the Supreme Court with the lawyers arguing against mandates and penalties. And he was criticizing Barack Obama, saying, how many black men want to increase the powers of the local police that are accused of being abusive? And yet Obama increased the powers of the IRS. And it took until 2016 Trump to finally undo mandates and penalties. So if it wasn't for the Democrats, Trump would never have had support from the stealth warriors. So the Democrats, if they could, they'd probably bring back mandates and penalties. They haven't learned their lesson. But Baraki was one of those baby angels who went to the Supreme Court with the lawyers arguing against mandates and penalties. Unfortunately, the Chief Justice voted. He was the deciding vote against the baby angels, against the opposition. He supported Obama. And Baraki and the Obamas haven't spoken to each other. He hasn't had anything to do with them ever since. Boo-hoo-hoo. It's a soap opera. Then there's Michael Thomas, the regular player. And then the special teams, Baby Angel Tiny Tina, and then the punter, Baby Angel Lisa, all College Air Force. The practice squad, Justin Reed, to make room for all the other players. You got Kiki Cote, Charles O'Menahue, Jordan Akins, Max Sharpin, Jordan Thomas, Keon Grossin, Karen Higdon, Kaha Warren, Elijah Nakansa. They will be playing, but they have to take players out to put them in. But you will be seeing these players. So that's the predicament. Deshaun Watson has been benched. He's under investigation. He's under a lot of civil lawsuits by a lot of women. Here at Pirate Broadcast, we do not say he's guilty. It's alleged. And we don't say that the women are lying. Let the courts determine. Deshaun Watson has a lawyer. He's fighting it. We'll see. Let the courts decide. We don't pass judgment against Deshaun Watson or those women. Do we believe all women? No. Do we believe Deshaun Watson? We don't know. Why are we giving him more of the benefit of the doubt? Because sometimes women lie. But we're not saying those women are lying. We're just saying that some women do. What the hell is that? Sounds like a chicken. I'm hearing a chicken. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's... What the hell? Well, this is Texas. This is Texas, baby. Welcome to the jungle. Dallas Cowboys, Houston Texans. Heard you the first time, chicken. Actually, it's a rooster. Whatever, Bobby J. That's Bobby J. He's also a quarterback. He's trying to get signed. He wants to play quarterback. and everybody's saying, hell no, shit no, hell no. Alright people, let's get it on. Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for some Texas football? I'm asking you a question, Bobby J. Wow, you talking to me? No, never mind, talk to my fingers. In fact, go talk to the rooster. He's about the only one that will pay attention to you. That's Thor. Baby Angel Thor. Air Force. Hoorah! Dak Prescott.
Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys.
Coach Tom Landry, straight from the crypt. Dak Prescott.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins in...
What are you doing? Oh. I need to say something. What? I want to talk about Dak Prescott's new contract. Okay. Can we get on with the game? No. This is important. Oh, my gosh. Go ahead and get it out of your system. Dak Prescott's contract has a maximum value of $164 million. He's set to make that $126 million over the first 3 seasons, at the average of $42 million per season. Prescott will earn $75 million in total yearly cash for his playing in 2021. Okay. So, what's the big deal? Is he worth it? No. What? I think he is. I think he's going to get us straight to the Super Bowl. He's going to be facing the same teams that are playoff contenders that shut down the Cowboys these last couple of years. How do you expect a contract to make a difference? He's motivated. Oh, one man does not make a team, little Bobby J. Otherwise, you would be signed and you would be making Super Bowl appearances. But right now, currently as we talk, nobody wants to sign you. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. There's so much hoopla about Dak Prescott. He's got talent, I'll give you that. But he's going to end up like Danny White under this current Dallas Cowboys system. The system itself keeps Dak Prescott and the Cowboys game by game by game by game. They're not playoff contenders. A playoff contender team is more than just game by game. Dak Prescott cannot guarantee that he will be able to defeat the defense of other teams that are playoff contenders. But somebody like Tom Brady, he can go in there, study the defense, and he can spot. Even H.T. Baum, I'll give him that. H.T. Baum can pick apart a defense. Dak Prescott relies on his key players, his go-to man. He needs... Would you tell that rooster to shut up? He's cuckooing. You're cuckooing. All right, Dak Prescott, he needs Ezekiel, but what if the defense shuts down the running game? Ezekiel is the running game. And with the defense out there, they'll shut him down. And that takes out the running game. Some teams, the defense can't stop the Dallas running game. Ezekiel will run right through them. Other teams, forget it. It's over. Forget it. Forget it. Then there's the receivers. The receivers need to catch the passes in order for Dak to get the stats. Dak Prescott is eliminated once the running game and the receivers just cannot catch the passes. And it's the defense that are motivated more than Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is motivated by the contract. The other team's defense are motivated by, let's shut down these boys. Every time they see the Dallas Cowboys, they are pumped. They pick it up a couple of notches. It's a grudge. It's a rivalry. Every time they play the Cowboys, they want to shut down the Cowboys. No other team has a hate-love relationship with the NFL other than the Dallas Cowboys. The only one that really people hate to love and hate is H.T. Bum. Every time he goes out there, people just want to kick the living shit out of him. You know? And he doesn't even get paid much. You know? So I'm just telling you, I'm not trying to put down Dak Prescott. He is extremely talented. But with the Cowboys, the system is only geared game by game by game by game. Either it's going to be a win or a loss. They don't know until the end of the game. They are not in control of the game. Anything can happen during the game. They can play a defense that is pumped and motivated and wants to shut down the offense. They are not in charge of their destiny. They are at the mercy of the other team's defense. And that's how it works in the NFL. I'm sorry, but Dak Prescott's going to end up 4 years of disappointment. If he's lucky, they'll get to the playoffs. And if he's not lucky, they'll get to the playoffs. It's too much expectation. And Dak will end up like Tony Romo and Danny White. The stats, and that's it. They need to change the system. And bringing in this guy from Green Bay is not changing the system. The Jones family make money whether or not the Cowboys win or lose. They make money because they have to make money to pay for that big, gigantic monsoon of a stadium. Even the rooster agrees with me. Okay. We'll be back with the kickoff. My gosh, you forced me to deviate from the game. You stupid little twit. You and your rooster, go coo somewhere else. We'll be right back with the game. Kickoff. Dak Prescott. Give me a break. It's like H.T. Bum making the Super Bowl.